Welcome everyone to the Proton Australia Pickleball Open, coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia. We are excited. It is singles day. It is day one here. The first PPA tour outside of the USA. I am Sanj Carter, incredibly excited to join you here this morning or this evening. If you're in the USA, I'm joined here with Brendan Lee. Brendan, what a day we have.
Sanj, equally, I am so excited to be here by your side for day one, singles day here at the PPA Tour Australia Open, and what a lineup we have here in Australia for this event.
Absolutely, Brendan. I think we've just been served up exactly what we want. We've got a PPA US player against a PPA Australia player. So when we talk storylines, we have got it. So look, we've got Tyson McGuffin, #1 seed, coming through already from his earlier match, up against young gun Lucas Pascoe. So Brendan, what are you seeing from this one?
And this is what we wanted to see, Sanj. We wanted to see the old buck against the young gun, essentially, and we've got it right here. The #1 seed, Tyson McGuffin, needs no introduction to pickleball. Lucas Pascoe, though, may be unfamiliar to many of the viewers here. He is an up-and-coming, or maybe not even up-and-coming anymore. He's even just established himself in Australia as one of the leading male players, and he's had some great results over the last 24 months, not just in Australia, but internationally as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, speaking to Lucas earlier this week, he was really excited to come up against these PPA Pro players, not just the new ones coming through, but some of those really established players. So I think, as you said, it's going to be fantastic to see referee there, David J, undergoing proceedings today, just checking the paddles of the players, and again, it's going to be fantastic. Lucas had a great 3-game battle out there in his round of 64 match this morning, so he's warmed up, he's ready to go, and he'll get them underway with their little warm-up, just making sure they're ready. But how do you see this one going? You've got youth against experience. What's your take here, Brendan?
Yeah, look, we don't often see Lucas take to the singles court in Australia. He's been really developing his skills on the doubles court, especially in 2024. So this is the first time I've kind of seen Lucas in singles action in a long time. But we know he does have some good results in singles over the past 2 years, and he is young. Those legs, we haven't got to worry about those moving around the court whatsoever. But he is one of the most skillful players from Australia. He will do things out here and defend like no others out there, and we'll see some crazy defense from Lucas. Tyson's going to bring the flair. We know what he's got. He's got that Ferrari forehand. He's got the big serve. Can Lucas actually make enough returns and make enough balls to actually worry Tyson McGuffin out here? We are going to find out.
For sure. You mentioned legs just before, Brendan Lee, and just to keep the viewers updated at home, whether you're watching in the morning here in Australia or over in the US in the evening, you might notice Tyson's got a little bit of strapping on that right hamstring. He had a little bit of a tweak. He was warming up in that first match, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Probably gives Lucas a little bit more of a look in, as I imagine Tyson either is going to take a little bit to get into this game, or maybe won't go for absolute broke just yet.
Yeah, look, Tyson in the round of 32 came up against Melbourne local Oliver Casey. 11-3, 11-2, looks very routine on the board, but out there on the court, he did limp through that match. So he's been seeing the physio for the last half an hour, getting some treatment on that leg. You said it's strapped up. What does that mean? What does Tyson do with his body? It's just day one of the tournament. How much does he want to conserve? There's still plenty of doubles and mixed doubles matches to go across the next few days. For Lucas, as you said, does that give him a little bit more hope out here? Realistically, he has to put that injury out of his mind. He doesn't want to be thinking too much about that, you know, that a winner is going to be hit or I've got to hit, I don't have to hit as well. That's not the mentality you want to go with. He has to stick to his guns out here and focus on what's happening up his end of the court.
Fantastic. All right, we'll wrap it up there, Brendan, and we'll be back with the start soon.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the Carvana PPA Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the Carvana PPA Tour.
We made our own tequila, so we'd always have a reason to get together, so you'd always have a reason to get together. Grab a glass, amigo. Our casa is your casa.
Welcome back. It is singles day at the Proton Australia Pickleball Open. We have Tyson McGuffin up against 16 seed Aussie Lucas Pascoe. Again, we are super excited. The boys are just about finished their warms up, finishing through protocol, getting a few tips from their coaches, and they will be out there ready to move through to the round of 16 for the lucky one at the end of this match.
Yes, they're just finishing their warm-up, as you said, and you can see Lucas Pascoe on the sideline there with his coach, just going over the final plan of attack. Very mindful, though, that this plan may have to change out here, dependent on how McGuffin is feeling and how he's looking up the other end.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for Lucas, he's just going to go out absolutely swinging, coming in as the underdog. And I think it probably puts Lucas in a really good frame of mind. I know when he's got back against the wall, he can go out swinging, play quite free. And I think it'll really suit him here. And as you see on the screen there, Tyson just acclimatizing here, just figuring out the venue. He's been here for 4 or 5 days now, so he's really getting into the Australian community. He's feeling like an Aussie. I was chatting to him earlier. So it's just going to be, how does that body hold up against the fresh legs of Lucas Pascoe?
And for Tyson McGuffin, this is the unknown. Like, yes, Tyson McGuffin is a household name, #1 seed here, but he's coming up against someone he's probably never seen play before. So there's going to be the first periods of this match. It's really going to be about Tyson trying to work out what Lucas does well, maybe what Lucas doesn't do so well, and trying to find a way through this match. We know what Lucas does well. He's got to really look out for Lucas's double-handed backhand. He has an incredible double-handed backhand. Lucas will actually try to hit more backhands off the return than forehand, and when he gets up to the kitchen and no volley zone, he has an incredible off the bounce two-handed backhand. He disguises it so well. He can speed it up, he can roll it. Tyson has to be really careful.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is probably the one advantage that Lucas has got. He's probably seen hours and hours of footage of Tyson McGuffin over the last years. He'll know all the toolkit that Tyson's had, whereas I'd be absolutely fine with if Tyson's seen a game of Lucas Pascoe. So I think for Lucas, he's definitely got the probably the IQ on what's happening. But what are they going to do out there with the paddles on the court? Let's find out.
All right, we're about to get underway. Very exciting. All right, looks like Lucas Pascoe is going to bring it into the serve. This is a best-of-3 game match. First to 11, win by 2. All right, and a nerve settler there. It's always good to get that first point on the board, isn't it, Sanj?
Oh, fire that one down the line there. You can see great return there from Tyson. Got it nice and deep on that sideline, but Lucas coming up trumps there.
There's that two-handed backhand. Three quick points.
Yeah, fantastic there. Great deep return there from Tyson. Causing that nice, easy pop there from Lucas.
Yeah, not what I'd be wanting to do against Tyson McGuffin is a lob. Lucas is really going to have to either try to drive that or drop that. Very confident start though, Sanj Carter, from the young Aussie.
Just floating a little bit long there, and Lucas watching that line very, very carefully on the baseline. And Tyson did play a match on championship court a little earlier, so he should have the court calibrated quite well as we see him start to work his way into this match.
And what a beautiful championship court this is, and what a beautiful shot that was. Nope, Tyson's called it wide.
Yeah, second referee there, Kylie Dunn, very close on the line there. One of our top referees here in Australia. She won't let anything past her.
And for some Tyson McGuffin fans out there, some concerning signs here early as he is grabbing onto that right hamstring. All right, but there's that Ferrari serve. Not just a Ferrari forehand, it's big. Can Lucas control it? And Tyson gets his first point on the board.
1-4.
All right, we are at 2-4 here. McGuffin serving. And an error off the third. All right, for those tuning in from America, they're probably their first look at an Australian player, as we said, in a young Lucas Pascoe, and I'm sure that thus far impressed with what they're seeing. Ooh, and a couple of quick errors here off the returns.
Yeah, I think Tyson's having a really good think here. His body, as you said, that right hamstring's just got a little bit of a tweak. He's not feeling the super confidence in it, so just trying to figure out, I think, how much movement he's got, what he's worth risking. And that'll be a great point. He'll want those cheap points to get himself back into the start of this game.
Really concerning signs here as he's talking to his support crew on the sideline. All right, Tyson bringing in at 2-6. Return goes wide. Okay, a number of very cheap errors by both players so far. Really just trying to find their way out here. All right.
So Tyson just being called for a warning there, just on that service height. Just make sure that ball is below that hip height.
The new rules coming in play this season. The referees are really looking for that north to south motion. Whoa, beautiful play there by McGuffin. That nice deep volley set him up on the next one. Was able to pop that one away, cross court. McGuffin settling out here. A let on that serve.
Well, there we go. We see their first little cat and mouse exchange at the kitchen there. Lucas holding really well, getting up there, establishing himself first, and Tyson working his way in. Really good to see.
So much pressure being applied here from Tyson McGuffin. It's a barrage of forehands heading at Lucas Pascoe's way. Tough to fend them off. Great forehand winner there. Really finding his range now. Lucas needs to get that ball back in hand and stop some of this momentum.
Well, they went for that backhand drive that's been working quite well for him early on. And as you can see now, the increased pressure and power, and we're going to a timeout. And you can see that pressure, that now the power that Tyson's putting in, Lucas isn't having his freest swing down that line. And as you can see, the error just caused just going wide off that net post.
And just that period of time, as we said, Tyson getting his body warm and able to move around, be confident in what he's actually doing out there. And as we said, just finding a way with Lucas. This is a new opponent for him, never faced him, just trying to find out what he needs to do. But what an impressive start by Lucas Pascoe in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's a best-of-3 game. You're not going to win the match in the first 6 points, but you definitely can lose it if you're feeling a little injured coming in. So Tyson feeling his way, but I love the pressure that he's starting to execute. And Lucas is feeling it. And whether he got a few words from his coach there just to calm that down, come out, stay true to your game, but realise that the power is going to be coming now. So make sure you adjust accordingly.
All right, Tyson will be bringing this in at 8-6. Ooh, and that return just goes long from Lucas. Not what he wants out of a timeout. Okay, he's got the ball back in hand now. Let's see what he can do. We see that return there from Tyson just being directed the way of Lucas's forehand. He's been burnt a couple of times in going to Lucas's backhand, as we said earlier. And there it is again. You see the quality of Lucas's backhand there. He can do so much more with it. He got Tyson immediately moving. So I'm expecting to see a little bit more traffic here go the way of that forehand.
Oh, 100%. It's going to be hitting right up that side of the court, giving Tyson a little bit more space and room to move.
But equally, how much traffic can Lucas get toward Tyson's backhand? They're like, obviously, complete opposite players. Tyson with the 1E, Lucas with the 2E. Lucas really needs to try to keep him honest on that side. That was a great backhand roll there by Lucas, and that's that versatility.
Oh, drives it right past him again, just really playing on that mobility there of Tyson McGuffin. Lucas going deep and wide, starting to get back into this match, had a little bit of a sway of momentum. Loved seeing this little bit of confidence now from Lucas Pascoe.
But what was great to see as well, and he misses that forehand, but he did it actually on his forehand side, so on the side that's maybe not quite as strong, so that's a real confidence booster. But we're at the pointy end of game one here, Sanj. Beautiful.
Love that there. Looked like it's going to go back cross court. Just left it out in the open, and Tyson brings up point number 10.
Well, must be feeling not too bad with the body to undertake an early as such. Here we are, game point.
Ooh, saves one. Again, so that powerful hitting from Tyson McGuffin through Lucas Pascoe's forehand, almost creating that error, kept it in, but I think that's where he's going to be scoring most of those points.
Tyson would have felt he had that one.
Oh, very, very cute.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. We may be heading to a medical timeout here, Sanj Carter. Lucas Pascoe has pulled up a little bit rough after lunging for that ball. Just, ooh, could have been a little roll of the ankle.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get him checked out by the medical team. He's just going to have a little bit of stuff. I know Lucas Pascoe's a young kid. His body is very, very good, and knowing him, he'll brush it off and probably jump back on court, much to the dismay. But now, look, it is going to go to a medical timeout. Let's throw to our sponsors, and we'll be back with the Proton Australia Pickleball Open very shortly.
When the world sleeps, greatness rises. And while others dream of the next level, we chase it. Challenging every limit, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Because the next level isn't just handed to you. It's earned. Go next level with 6-0 Pickleball.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, and a protein blend to feed muscles up to 7 hours.
Water, waste, energy. The game is on. Together, let's fight the ultimate match, ecological transformation. Veolia.
Photobox. Be open to anything. Be open to chill things, lively things, and award-winning things. Photobox. Be open to anything.
Welcome back to the Proton Australia Pickleball Open, and just looking over at the bench, and the viewers are probably seeing the medical team just working on the quad there of Lucas Pascoe. That was a nasty drop shot there from Tyson McGuffin. Lucas lunging forward excessively and maybe just tweaked a little bit of something, so checking it out. But here we go, we'll probably see the replay coming up now. Just nasty in that drop. Brendan, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, just a really awkward land there. He doesn't really go over on his ankle, but that lunge, that costly lunge there. But look, the good news is he's talking to his coach on the sideline. They're still strategizing what's going to be happening out there. So clearly he is going to get back on the court, which is great news. I don't think we're going to see Lucas Pascoe put down his paddle and call it a day just yet. Which is great news for the fans, because there is quite a few fans in the stands here already, Sanj.
Absolutely, Brendan Lee. And let's just sort of zoom out a little bit and look at what these guys are playing for. So it's a PPA US event here in Australia. They're playing for 1,000 points up for grabs here for the winner. So it's going to be fantastic. So they're knowing that they are going to be moving through Championship Sunday if they get there. 1,000 points up for grabs for the winner. So a lot of these players coming across from the US think, hang on, this is a magnificent opportunity for them to not only grab points, but boost up the rankings as well.
Yeah, look, and this is a round of 16 match, so still a long way to go today, Serge. We've still got quarterfinals, semi-finals still to come up for the winner of this match potentially. So a long way to go, and just great to see people out here, the Melbourne community, really coming out and supporting professional pickleball.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think see Tyson now up and about, walking around, keeping his legs nice and warm. And look, he was the one that came in under a little bit of an injury cloud this morning. So I think it's he's probably going to give him a bit of confidence now while Lucas gets treats. So we'll be back in a moment, and as we get a word from some of our amazing supporters here as part of the Australian Pickleball Open.
Great things happen when good friends get together. So grab a glass, amigo. Our tequila is your tequila. Our casa is your casa.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, and a protein blend to feed muscles up to 7 hours.
Botobox. Be open to anything. Be open to chill things, lively things, and award-winning things. Botobox. Be open to anything.
Welcome back to the Proton Australia Pickleball Open. We are in men's singles round of 16. Tyson McGuffin up against young gun and Aussie Lucas Pascoe. And as we're coming out of this medical timeout, both gentlemen now with a little bit of a leg complaint. So I think if it wasn't evened up before on the body side, it is now. But the playing side of Tyson McGuffin has really started to come out. So he has a game point here at 10-9.
Not a bad way to come out of a medical timeout, Sanj, with a game point. So we may only see 1 point here to round up game one, but let's see what Lucas Pascoe comes out like here. Tyson, to me, is looking fresh. I think that injury's really settled for him. It's warmed up, and he's played himself into this game very nicely. And there it is. Game one goes the way of Tyson McGuffin here. Players will take a quick break and they will change ends. But very interested to see what Lucas Pascoe can bring to game two. Can he maintain? Is his body feeling okay?
Yeah, for sure, Brendan. And what we saw brilliantly in that first one is Lucas Pascoe really driving through that double-handed backhand, really accelerating. So can he keep Tyson into that position and force that ball onto that backhand side? Or is that little injury going to force his body movement now and allow Tyson to really accentuate that forehand side?
Against a player like Tyson, you really need to be at your physical best out here, and that's the worrying thing. Lucas was already going to have to play above and beyond maybe his level to challenge Tyson, which he's done really nicely so far. But it is going to be a big ask now for Lucas Pascoe to come back in this match. He's one game down. He's not feeling his best. Tyson's looking fresher, and we'll see what game two brings. And then looking through, not that we want to look too far ahead in the draw, but the winner of this match, Sanj, will progress on to play an Aussie. Two Aussies in the other round of 16 match. They will meet the winner of Mitchell Hargraves or Stefan Jordic. Exciting time for Australian pickleballers.
I know, more championship court matches for the Aussies and more opportunities for the US PPA pros to get in the mix before we see the rest of the PPA pros work their way through the other side of the bracket, meeting sort of in around that quarter-final and semi-final stage. So again, Tyson McGuffin, as the #1 seed, avoids any US pros until the semi-finals. So he has got that advantage in the draw, but let's see if he can absolutely maximise it coming in here with game two.
David Day just having a quick chat to Tyson McGuffin there.
I think he's just asking his preference of shoes and which size he should get when he heads down to the Skechers store later on, and making sure that he's well fitted and well worked in.
Tyson always looks very sharp, decked out in all his Skechers gear without a doubt.
What's going through Lucas's mind right now is game one down. He started incredibly strong, Brendan. What do you think he's thinking through here to try and get himself into this game two?
Look, nothing much phases Lucas Pascoe. He's very blasé in his approach generally. So for the American viewers, don't think this young Aussie just looks like he's going to throw in the towel out here. This is his normal demeanour. So he will certainly be coming out here and giving it a red hot crack, but it'll just depend on what that injury prevents him from doing. But nothing phases Lucas Pascoe.
Here we go, McGuffin bringing in first serve.
Look, the good news is Lucas is walking around okay. The pushing off will be the issue.
I love that, inviting Tyson McGuffin into the kitchen. Tyson too good there. Had both angles to work with and made it pretty difficult for Lucas to be able to try and defend that.
And he's so fast. Ooh, that one might just go wide there. Lucas is going to have to find a way to really get it into the McGuffin backhand. whether that's going there first of all or whether that's actually going into the forehand on the return to then direct that next one into the backhand.
Oh, there you go, Tyson McGuffin. Every option there, easy overhead. Could have turned inside out or just had that nice easy play down the line. Another quick side out.
A couple of quick missed returns here from Lucas Pascoe. Don't know if he's probably ever faced a serve like McGuffin. It's one of the best in the game. Probably a Tom Evans from Australia has a very similar serve, quite fast, heavy.
Yeah, Tyson pouncing on that. He really anticipated well there that Pascoe was going to go into that forehand.
Yeah, you just can't put a ball up the middle of the court like that, Lucas. He's really going to have to try to find a way to get Tyson moving and off balance. Because that serve is cranking now. And a timeout called here by Lucas Pascoe. We'll go to a short break and we'll be back with you shortly.
Play pickleball? Let's go.
Come on, let's go!
Whether you're just getting started or basically a pro, Pickleball Central's got you covered. For all your pickleball needs, visit pickleballcentral.com.
Hey, I'm Ben Johns, and I've got quick hands.
I'm Deckel Bar, and I like to hit hard. You know what? You're gonna need these.
You're gonna need these. Actually, no, these are mine. Go get your own.
There are still a few good ideas left in the world. Ours was to make our own tequila. Grab a glass, amigo. Our casa is your casa.
Thanks for joining us at the Proton Australia Pickleball Open. We are in Game 2, men's singles. We have got Tyson McGuffin and Lucas Pascoe there. And up next, we've got Rose Van Rieck and Sarah Burr. We had the ladies singles. So stay tuned after this men's match. We'll be going to the ladies. But there we go. We see Tyson McGuffin again really racing away with this Game 2.
And for the US fans, they have seen that forehand time and time again. And it is absolutely cranking out here right now. Ooh, Lucas going left-handed on that volley there. We do know he likes to play a bit ambidextrous sometimes. Oh, it is in full flight now. Winners left, right and centre from McGuffin. Looking very much more relaxed now. He's looking comfortable in his body. The first 5 minutes would have been a little bit worrying for some of his fans. But it is full steam ahead, and already we are at match point here for Tyson McGuffin, leading a game and 10-0. Oh, and it rolls off the tape there to finish that game. Look, Lucas Pascoe really put in a good performance there early on. A worrying start for McGuffin fans, but Lucas, full credit to him in game 1. That slip there definitely didn't help him. It definitely didn't set the tone for game 2, but Lucas should be very proud with his efforts in game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. It always looked like two different games. He came out absolutely cranky, and we saw that confidence, which is what we want to see from all the PPA Australia players, coming in with absolute confidence, swinging hard, and then as we saw Tyson get into the game, warm his body up, get that confidence and trust, and after that little injury to Lucas, Tyson was able to run away with it. So great experience though for Lucas Pascoe to be able to get out there and play against the #1 seed in the PPA men's singles draw. And look, Brendan, how far can Tyson go?
Look, well, next up he moves through to the quarterfinals and he will take on the winner of Mitchell Hargraves and Stefan Jordic. Two Australian guys, one from New South Wales, one from Victoria, and what an opportunity for those two. Mitch will be the favourite on paper there, but let's see what actually happens with the result.
Beautiful. Well, join us in a few moments for the next round of matches. Don't go anywhere. See you again on Pickleball TV.
I have bad bunions. Wish they'd disappear. Lapiplasty. Sup? Future me? And no bunions! How?
Lapiplasty. Lapiplasty corrects bunions at the source, meaning you're back in sneakers in weeks. Lapiplasty. Weeks! The future of bunion surgery is here. Learn more at lapiplasty.com. Risks include infection, pain, and loss of correction.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, and a protein blend to feed muscles up to 7 hours.
We made our own tequila, so we'd always have a reason to get together, so you'd always have a reason to get together. Grab a glass, amigo. Our casa is your casa.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the Carvana PPA Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the Carvana PPA Tour.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, and a protein blend to feed muscles up to 7 hours.
When the world sleeps, greatness rises. And while others dream of the next level, we chase it, challenging every limit, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Because the next level isn't just handed to you, it's earned. Go next level with 6-0 Pickleball.
Great things happen when good friends get together. So grab a glass, amigo. Our tequila is your tequila. Our casa is your casa.
Welcome back to the Proton PPA Tour Australia Pickleball Open. We are here in Melbourne, indoors at the Melbourne Convention and Exhibition Centre. We've just seen Tyson McGuffin take on young Australian Lucas Pascoe, coming away with an 11-9, 11-0 victory. Next up here on this court, we will have American or PPA Tour American Gabe Tardio taking on Dan Clark here in this round of 16 match. This will be best of 3 games, first to 11, win by 2, normal format, but keen to see Gabe Tardio in singles action. We don't generally see him in the States take on a lot of singles action, but it's great to see him take to the singles court here in Australia.
Yeah, we had a really unique scenario too. I think Gabe might have got a little bit confused with time zones earlier this morning, and he had to literally walk onto the court for his round of 32 match straight into match play. So I know he had an absolute battle out there with one of the young Aussies and just scraped his way through. So he'll be feeling a little bit more confident now that he's got that first match out of the way, but it was touch and go out there for Gabe.
Well, I think he actually lost the first game 11-0 before bouncing back to win.
So it was a forfeit for that first game because he was so late. So love that really resilience there from Gabe Tardio, digging his way through. I think he might have to have someone as a bit of a minder and make sure he gets those time zones right for the coming days, because I don't think his mixed partners might be as accommodating for the late starts for sure.
No, not ideal preparation when you're coming into the Open down here, down under as they call it. But look, he got through that game, and I'm keen to see how far Gabe Tardio can progress through the singles draw here. He will run into some tricky opposition as we progress through, but he takes on American Dan Clark here in this round of 16 game. Dan came through against a younger Australian player, Dan Fogel-Coolidge, who's been getting some impressive results here in Australia, some would say. He's an up-and-coming player, so a good win there by Dan Clark. And just to go back one further in Dan's results, he actually beat Australian player Andy Horridge in the round of 64, 11-8, 11-3, which is a great win because many predicted Andy Horridge to make a deep run here this weekend.
Yeah, fantastic. It's great just seeing not just the new names, but these new matchups. So, look, I know Dan's been here training the last few days and getting acclimatised to the Aussie conditions, the time zones. He's been in and out. He came and checked out the venue nice and early just to get his bearings. So, again, paying dividends, obviously, for Dan Clark in his preparation to come up against Gabe Tardio today. See their referee, Kylie Dunn, just having a chat to the gentleman as the crowd start to come back in after the excitement of that last game. And we're going to take a little break and flowing back in. But again, Brendan Lee's Melbourne Convention Exhibition Centre, the very first sporting event ever to be held in the Exhibition Centre. It's one of the absolute gems of the city. We're down on South Bank in Melbourne, down under for those that are tuning in from the US. So if you haven't been down this way, absolutely stunning location, right on the river running through the city of Melbourne. And I know that the US players that have been travelling out here have been loving exploring the area.
What an area to explore, though, as you said. There is so much to do in Melbourne. So many sights to see. It is the sporting capital of Australia, many call it. Whilst it does get the extreme temperatures, as we know, very hot in summer, but can also be very cold in summer down here as well. And it's a little bit chilly here in Melbourne today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we had, what was it, 2 days ago, we had 40 degrees, which is up around the 110 Fahrenheit for those tuning in from the US. But I know a few players were very, very glad that we were indoors, climate controlled in the venue, and really going to allow to see some exceptional pickleball being played today.
So we saw young Australian out here, Lucas Pascoe. Now, when we look out here at the young, equally as young Gabe Tardio, very similar in their demeanour, would you say?
Absolutely. They almost look very unassuming, Brendan Lee, like, I better go out and play a bit of pickleball, but they absolutely let the game do the talking. And, yeah, no tension whatsoever to be seen.
Now, Gabe's been getting some absolutely wild results in the States, in especially men's doubles and mixed doubles. I think you called it here before. His mixed partner, who we played a bit with last year, Jesse Irvine, they had a win last year on the PPA Tour in the States, a great win, actually. And it's going to be, I'm keen to see what he can actually do on the singles court, because as I said, we haven't seen a great deal of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw him and Jesse warming up yesterday, having a good hit, getting ready for Saturday mixed doubles. But I love the fact that Tardio's out here and thrown himself in the singles draw. He's had the 14-hour flight and said, hey, I'm going to throw myself into absolutely everything here, grab as many PPA points as I possibly can and take them back to the US.
And we saw Tardio out exploring, many of the sites in Melbourne. He was out at the zoo yesterday, getting accustomed to all those Australian icons, the koala, the kangaroo. You've got to do all the fun stuff whilst you're down here.
Nah, I've loved that, and I had a really good chat with Zane Navratil this morning. He's been down the Great Ocean Road, he's been down to the Penguin Parade, he's held a koala, and it's fantastic to see them, finding time to get to explore the countryside as well, not just absolutely just sticking in on the pickleball court. So they're having a great time down here, down under, and I can't wait to see these guys have a great time out on court.
Do you reckon any of them have tried Vegemite yet?
Well, we did say, I was talking to Island Hoyt earlier, and we said we might have to make a bit of a rule that before they come on championship court, they've got to try the Vegemite.
They're just got to do it the right way, though. There's not this thing where you should just scoop Vegemite out of a jar. Can we be very clear about that? That's not how you eat Vegemite. It definitely needs to be on toast, okay? And you definitely need to have butter on it as well. So I think there's two different ways to do it. The right way and the wrong way. Don't eat it out of the jar.
Well, it might have to be get the toaster on site and serve them up a slice before they get into their matches. But we are looking like we are ready to go for men's singles, round of 16, Tardio versus Clark.
And a very tidy start there by Gabe Tardio.
1-0.
And as you said, we have a referee Kylie Dunn, supported by David J out here on championship court. Kylie is one of the most experienced Australian referees, and what a great opportunity for her to actually be out here with Gabe Tardio, and obviously in the match beforehand with Tyson McGuffin. Ooh, ball just drifts wide there.
Again, Dan just finding his bearings there and moving the ball around.
Great return there. Okay, interesting opportunity here by Dan Clark to come up against someone like Gabe Tardio. Not exactly sure of Dan's experience, what level he's played at previously, but I wouldn't imagine he's played an opponent like Gabe Tardio before. So interesting to see how he settles into this match, and can he bring it against Gabe. We know he has a big serve. I saw him playing earlier against Andy Horridge. He can punish the serve, make it really hard for his opposition on the return. And we see that right there, right on cue. I love when that happens. A nice deep serve forces the error from Gabe. Oh, and a big forehand win across court he follows it up with.
Yeah, it's good to see Clark coming out, going big on the serve and really putting the pressure on Gabe Tardio, keeping him deep in court.
2-3.
Forcing him to set up that really good third approach. There we go, we see it again. That's Clark's game. He's going to have to go big on that serve. I think if he invites Tardio in, it's going to be really hard for him to even get to that kitchen line. Tardio's got too many tricks in the book to be able to get around that.
3-3.
And he levels it up here. Ooh, Gabe choosing not to follow that return, and a wise move, but I think it caught Dan a little bit off guard here. But you can see why Dan has come through against Andy Horridge and Dan Fogel-Coolidge, two quality Australian players.
Side out.
Oh, that was filth.
Yeah, he missed it by an absolute hairline about 4 points ago. He's gone for it again. I love that. And now he's got that one dialed in as Gabe Tardio watches it drift by.
That was a backhand slice cross-court winner. I don't know if Gabe's ever seen one of those go past him before, but that was impressive.
There's not too many balls that go past Gabe Tardio, so you're probably right there, Brendan Lee.
And Clark opens up a little lead here.
5-3.
Yeah, you can't sit those up there. Gabe's so solid at the net there and punches that one up the line for a winner.
3-5.
Ooh, I think Dan hesitated there, in two minds whether to let that one bounce and see if it lands wide or take it on the volley. Chose to volley it and just brings it down into the net.
Point.
2 quick points there by Tardio. Ties it all up at 5 apiece.
5-5. Point.
All right, 1 point lead now for Gabe Tardio. There's a few errors here by Dan Clark, and I think that's his game. He's really going to go out here, try and play aggressive. If it comes off, it comes off.
Side out.
Oh, unfortunate there from Clark. A monster serve right deep in the very much corner and got a good return there, but couldn't quite put it away. Tardio up with 6-5.
And Dan Clark needs to keep Gabe Tardio back as long as he can. I feel as soon as they both get up to the kitchen line, the weight really swings in Gabe's favour of who is going to come out on top of that point. So Dan Clark needs to do his best here to keep Tardio back as long as he can. Good wheels, but I think Clark probably needs to look at taking a timeout here, Sanj.
Yeah, just getting the momentum much of his way swinging of Tardio there. As you said, very short rallies, only taking a couple of shots. He's putting it away, looking at seeing that very, very well.
Beautiful passing shot there.
You're right, Clark's not just giving him a little bit of a clap for that passing shot, but maybe indicating a timeout there, and he'll go take a moment to sit on the bench and a little reflection as to what he needs to change here to get back into this game.
All right, so players take a timeout. We'll be back with you shortly.
Water, waste, energy. The game is on. Together, let's fight the ultimate match, ecological transformation. Veolia.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, and a protein blend to feed muscles up to 7 hours.
Massive thanks to our sponsors that are supporting us here for the PPA Proton Pickleball Open here in Australia. We have men's singles action, round of 16, Gabe Tardio up against Dan Clark. Thank you again for joining us this morning here in Australia, or this evening from the US. Loving having you join us here down under for men's singles.
Oh, what a great passing shot there by Dan Clark. That's a great way to settle yourself after a timeout.
Yeah, and a great chat to himself, and I got to trust that he's scored a number of points, or got side out going into that position off that backhand. So let's see if he keeps going to that spot. Oh, a little inside out trickery and sorcery there from Gabe Tardio.
Sorcery is the correct word to use there, without a doubt. That was pretty.
9-5.
Oh, and just straight down the line backhand, no tricks needed there. That is just all class there from Gabe Tardio.
10-5.
And a great Ernie there by Gabe Tardio. Saw the ball going up the line. It was quite high by Clark and capitalises and takes game one.
Beautiful, and see the athleticism there from Gabe Tardio. Nice and easy jump across that kitchen line, finishing that point off. And again, we just see that slightly shorter return there from Dan Clark, inviting Gabe in nice and early. So again, we'll come back with game 2 very shortly as the players sit down, reflect, come back for game 2 action.
There are still a few good ideas left in the world. Ours was to make our own tequila. Grab a glass, amigo. Our casa is your casa.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, and a protein blend to feed muscles up to 7 hours.
Singles action here at the PPA Proton Australian Open. We're in game 2. Gabe Tardio, Dan Clark. Clark to kick us off.
Side out.
And a nice first point there by Tardio, looking really settled after his late start to the day, some would say, Sanj Carter.
Absolutely, and those that might have heard, Gabe had a little bit of a sleep in this morning, let's say, a little bit of a time zone change, but he got through his first round match. He is up here in the round of 16, looking very, very comfortable against USA's Dan Clark.
Ooh, and a missed serve there. Crowd really starting to roll in, Sanj Carter. Lots of eyes on this match, and it's great to see Aussie pickleball fans filling the stands.
There we go. Much better return there from Dan. Kept it really, really deep on Gabe's backhand. Allowed himself to get into the kitchen nice and early and put that away. So I think that's the aggression we need to see from Clark to try and get himself into this game too and back into the match. There we go, back to back.
Yeah, look, Dan is redlining a little bit out here. He's really leaving everything out in the court, which is great to see. I wouldn't mind some points, though, just slowing it down, changing the pace a little bit. Actually believing he can win this, not at 100%.
Well, Brendan, I'm going to disagree with you because he just had 3 absolute winners going for broke. So I'm going to say Dan Clark, keep swinging, and Brendan Lee might be calling you into the
well,
so let's see how this one plays out, Brendan.
Let's see how Gabe weathers the storm.
Point.
I rest my case. Dan Clark, keep swinging. Again, you mentioned about the crowd coming in before, Brendan. Look, we normally in Australia here get to see these players on the TV only. All right, or on the Pickleball TV app in the US if you're lucky enough. But here, like for them to be able to see these guys and girls in action up in the flesh is just amazing. They start to realise the level of play, and it's fantastic. So Gabe Tardio, well done, getting out here in front of the Australian crowd. They'll get you pumped up a little later if you can get through this match, but it's great to see some of the best players in the world down here on Australia's shores.
Point.
Okay, a great lead here opening up for Dan Clark, and we saw this in game one. He got out of the gates fairly quickly, but Gabe Tardio did reel him in quite nicely in game one. Beautiful. I actually like to see he took a little bit of pace off that one. Didn't have to be a huge lights out winner, but played up the 9 line very well. Looking comfortable in game two.
Yeah, far too good there, Gabe Tardio. Dan Clark was not going to, even with some good wheels, he wasn't getting close to that one. So love that. Took it out of the air nice and early. Tardio back to serve, 1-5.
Side out.
Again, you see Dan Clark just staying in the point there, just playing one more shot each time, keeping Gabe honest, and well, it wasn't good enough there for that overhead. Again, might be just calibrating to the areas.
Oh, through the line, that backhand from Gabe Tardio. Great cross-court ball there. Gets the ball back in hand, serving it 1-5 in game two after taking game one.
A little bit long, or he made the winner either way. So it brings up point number 2 for Gabe Tardio, and I think we might start to see him get on a little bit of a run here and draw up a little closer to Dan Clark.
What he did in game one so well. Oh, caught behind.
Though for the cricket fans watching watching back home. But again, we're down here in Melbourne, south of Australia, in the city, downtown, South Bank. Incredible location.
Side out.
And it is summer here in Australia, of course.
It is. So again, just another calibration for these guys coming over from the US. Used to probably some slightly colder conditions at the moment. But again, seeing some great pickleball out here.
And if you haven't been to Australia in the summer, I suggest you do. It's definitely the place to be here. Getting on either the east coast or west coast of Australia, taking it all in. Beautiful place in the world.
Oh, exquisite there from Gabriel Tardio. Just you see the footwork getting down so low to the ball, being able to flick that wrist over that double hand backhand. Amazing work to bring up point number 4 and closing that gap on Dan Clark.
Great use of the left hand there on that backhand to get that angle. And just like that, that lead is dissolved.
Absolutely. And you see that support hand, that second hand, as you said, really just getting in behind Gabriel Tardio for that. So it's fantastic to see the technique. The camera gets in a great position. So as the players take a little break, so will we.
Wherever you are on your pickleball journey, our experts are here to help.